Hi everyone, today I want to share this cute little card using the Hedgehugs stamp set. I thought this stamp set was adorable and I grabbed it right away, loving mostly these mushrooms. I don't know why, but I thought they were adorable. They look kind of like fairy tale, Beatrice Patter, I don't know, something about the mushrooms I liked. So I bought this set for the Hedgehugs, the mushrooms. I like this little tree stump. We had a debate at stamp camp. Is this a squirrel or a skunk? I said it was a squirrel just because of body shape. And to me it looked like a squirrel, but a lot of people saw this white area and decided that it was a skunk. So you tell me what you think on this one. I'm using it as a squirrel. Either way, it's cute. And we made this adorable card. And what I love about this card right now during the month of March, if you're watching this in March 2019, this paper is part of Sale-a-bration, and there's only a week of Sale-a-bration left. If you spend $50, you can get this paper. It's called Painted Seasons. It's adorable. It's got this cute mushroom paper that I love, and on the back is this nice little pattern in Poppy Parade. And this set only has a few papers to choose from, but instead of having 6 different patterns and 2 of each, it only has 4 patterns and 3 of each. This one has some green and kind of a mint succulents type flowers. And the background on that one, Grapefruit Grove, really fun. And then there's a it's kind of like your spring summer flowers with a beautiful background. So the backs and fronts of these papers are really great. And then the wintry paper, because it's called Painted Seasons, you've got the fall and spring and summer. And here's winter with the pine cones and the little pine boughs, little berries, and on the back this really pretty blue. So you can use this paper all year round, and we are going with these adorable mushrooms today. I just loved it instantly. So the color on that, like I said, is Poppy Parade. So we've mixed it with some Poppy Parade and soft suede, which kind of brings out some of the browns. Poppy Parade ribbon and some linen thread. On the inside, I did these little mushrooms. So let's put this card together. This is kind of how Stamp Camp looks. Pieces come in this envelope, so you've got all your pieces in here. So my background is a piece of Poppy Parade cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and then I use this Designer Series paper and I cut it 1/4 inch smaller. So this one is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to go ahead and just layer those since they're here. It's hard to cover up this mushroom, I have to say. But on this card, a little strip of mushrooms is all we're going to use here. So these pieces are, this one is 5 1/4 by 1 3/4 and 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. It's not quite centered, it's slightly biased down a little bit. And we're going to put all that down on our soft suede base. There. Now I've pre-cut some ovals. This one is from the Layering Ovals collection, and it comes with solid ovals as well as these scalloped ovals, and I love it. And then I've got this oval to go right on top, but this one is from the Stitched Ovals collection. If you only have the Layering Ovals, you can just go one size down and do the solid oval in Whisper White, but this one has some stitch detail, which I thought was fun, and so I thought I would add that to the card as well. It's a little detail, and that one is what we're going to stamp on. So I'm not going to go ahead and adhere it right away, because in case I make a mistake, I can flip it over. Okay, so the hedgehog is going to be in soft suede. And we're going to stamp it slightly to the right. Now this one has a big tummy area that sometimes can get ink in it if you squish your pad down too much. I just tap on the surface. You don't have to squish it in with these new foam pads. Sometimes we forget that you don't have to squish and you go really hard because maybe you're used to the felt pads. So we had a few people get some ink on his tummy at Stamp Camp and have to do it again. So that's just my little tip there. Don't squish. There's my hedgehog. And this cute little saying. It just says, well, you can do a few different ones. Maybe we'll do sending hedgehugs your way, just to change it up from the one I have a sample of already. Well, nope, I need a birthday. All right, we're gonna have to do this one because I do actually need a birthday. Today is special, just like you, is what it says. And again, we're tapping, we're not squishing. And we're gonna go ahead and put that down. There. Now I wanted to color my flower, so I grabbed my markers. This is Poppy Parade marker. I think I'm gonna use the brush tip. And I can just go ahead and put these two together. For some added dimension to the card, I'm using these little dimensionals. Don't you love this hedgehog? He's so cute. Now my little ribbon trick here is all I'm using is a little touch of ribbon. I had 20 at Stamp Camp. I had to cut for 20, so I didn't want to make a huge bow. Plus, I didn't want to cover the mushrooms. I wasn't originally thinking of doing a big bow across the whole thing. I just really didn't want to. It really distracted. I wanted to show this paper. It is so cute. So I just cut a little bit of ribbon here, and I'm going to use a glue dot to attach them together, even though I'm going to tie a bow around it, just to hold it in place while I'm working. It just makes it easier. I just put a glue dot on the inside. And I'm going to tie a little bow. I'm using linen thread, which is another product that I use a lot of. Now I went ahead and did a knot. It's hard to work with these little pieces. So because linen thread is so skinny, you can go ahead and tie a knot and then tie a bow. Normally you wouldn't do that with the ribbon because it would add so much bulk, but you can do that with the linen thread. So you tie a knot, then do your bow. So much easier to work with. And that's just going to go right there with the glue dot, maybe two. Okay, now let's do these little mushrooms. How did I get the different colors in there? Well, I used my markers. So I wanted there to be a birthday greeting in here, and the Hedgehugs doesn't have a birthday greeting. So I am using Perennial Birthday. This is a great birthday set. You do have some flowers that you can use as a background, but I like all the different sayings with this one. You've got 2 different happy birthdays to choose from, well 3 really, and then something to put on the inside. Sometimes you can't think of what quite right to write on the inside. So you've got lots of options with this one. So I really love Perennial Birthday. If you're thinking about what to get for your last Sale-a-bration order, take a look at that one. I chose the big happy birthday. There we go. And I'm going to use some words too, and I'm going to do those in soft suede. There we go. Alright, now we're going to add those mushrooms. Super cute. I'm using Poppy Parade, soft suede, and garden green. So using the brush tip, did you know that these lines correspond to the tip? So if you don't look really closely, you can just look at that. Thick line means brush tip, thin line means nib tip. Oops, I didn't stick that down well. There we go. A little bit of brown. Now some people at Stamp Camp did the mushrooms in solid poppy or solid brown, and you can do that if you don't feel like getting out your markers. I think it adds an extra little touch, but sometimes too many touches is too many touches, right? Too many details, although I love the little details. A little bit of garden green on the grassy areas. There, isn't that cute? Now, I like to use the little tiny strips. You always have these little strips left over when you're cutting for cards. So this is a little tiny, I think it's a 1/2 inch. Tiny bit higher, wider than 1/2 inch, just a little tad wider. So you're going to go ahead and put that at the bottom, and you can choose to use the the mushroom side or the little pattern paper. And there is your inside. Sign your name down there. Make this a little higher, perhaps. There we have it. This is my Hedgehugs card. I hope you like it. If you're still in March, go and place your last Sale-a-bration order. You can do that at my blog, bethspapercuts.com. Click the little shop button and choose this Painted Seasons Designer Series paper as your free item if you like it. There's also some great embossing folders. There's one called Country Floral that is fantastic. You're going to want to get that one. Again, if you spend $100, you can get the Painted Series paper as well as a coordinating stamp set that matches the succulents and the florals. And there's a pine cone. It's really beautiful. There's a lot of great product available for Sale-a-bration. But if there is a ton that you want and your order is large, think about joining. If you join during Sale-a-bration, you get $175 worth of product for just $99. Super awesome deal. I have a video dedicated just to that deal, so you can check that out. Or if you just need a little bit, go ahead and place your order. I'd be happy to be your demonstrator, and I always send a hand stamped thank you card as well as frequent buyer rewards. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.